Field in Holliston, Massachusetts on Friday, October 8th for SportView's award-winning production of Holliston Panther Football 2021. It's found only on HCAT TV. Tonight, the Panthers host the Ashland Clockers to start the Tri-Valley League season. My name is Tom Emmons, and alongside is my co-host, the legend, Jay Wyman. Jay, Holliston was toughed up in their early schedule and ready to face the top-ranked Clocker team tonight. What do you expect to see from the Panthers against Ashland tonight?
Well, I think you gave the whole thing right there. The whole point is that Holliston has played some really, really tough opponents, and they're coming in now, so they're a little bit more prepared to face another very tough opponent here, Ashland. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's a game that, Holliston, we talked a lot about this pregame, that, you got to win the line of scrimmage, right? You got to win the line of scrimmage. And if Holliston can control that line of scrimmage, I think they'll be in good shape. But they're going to have to come out and do three things. Again, tackle, right? You got to tackle. No penalties and no turnovers.
Captains out for the coin toss, number 72, Brennan Ibbotson. Number 10, Chris Del Ponte. Number 70, Robert Payne, and number 74, Patrick Griffin. Holliston comes into this game with a record of 1-3. Their head coach is Todd Kiley in his 19th season with the Panthers. His record's of 152 wins against 50 losses. The Ashland is 4-0. Their head coach is Andrew McKay in his 11th season with the Clockers. His record is 64 wins and against 42 losses. Ashland comes in highly rated. Danny V of the Boston Herald has them number 21 in eastern Massachusetts. Ashland's going to receive the kick. And these teams are ready to face off. We'll be back with the opening kickoff in just a moment. And now Carlos Canto with Los's pregame lowdown.
Thanks, Tom. This Ashland-Holliston series is a rivalry quite like a few others. It's the 62nd game in the series. Holliston leading 35-26. It dates all the way back to November 14th, 1896, when Ashland beat the Panthers by a score of 6-0. Their last meeting was last spring when Holliston won 27-0. So quite a lot of history between these two teams. For the spotlight tonight, I want to go to junior linebacker Cooper Olson. He's got 18 tackles and 2 tackles for loss on this season, and he's going to be a big part of this Panther defense tonight.
Thank you, Los.
I should say, guys, it's 60 degrees and clear tonight. I say this a lot. but tonight it is absolutely a perfect night for football.
And I say this a lot. What night isn't?
That's right. Doing the kicking for Holliston tonight, number 14, Kawalima.
Well, no Nick Carding tonight for Holliston, so that's a big loss on kickoffs, on punts, and on the defense. So Holliston's going to have to do their best for fill in for him.
Line drive kick, taken at the 15. And tackled right away. Number 4, Cooper Olson.
Yeah, we have a flag on the play also. We'll see what this is about. Boy, what a nice tackle by Cooper Olson getting out there. And that's what I'm talking about, Tom. You got to get these guys. You're going to have to tackle them because they got some good players and they got some good running backs too.
Olson is the leading tackler on the Panthers. Season to date, he has 18 tackles for the Holliston.
Blocking the back penalty will set Ashland back.
So can't say enough about the Ashland Clockers coming in with a perfect 4-0 record. This offense is averaging 414 yards a game, 131 through the air and 283 on the ground. Led by senior quarterback Luke Herder, number 2, and he passes out in the flat to start the game. Completion to Jake Troutman, number 3. That's his 10th catch on the season. Coming into this game, he had 171 yards and a touchdown.
We got to see Holliston come out and be very aggressive on defense here tonight, Tom. Kind of like they did in the beginning of the old Rochester game. Just like they did in the old Rochester game, they're going to have to come out.
Second down and 4 for the Clockers. See if they go to running back. And they do hand it off to number 23, running back Andrew Molesky, the senior. He's got 633 yards coming into this game, averaging 9.7 yards a carry and 6 touchdowns.
Well, Molesky is really playing well for Ashland. He's made some nice runs, and they've counted on him throughout the 4 wins that they've had. And he's another good running back out of Ashland.
200 yards and 3 touchdowns against Bellingham. So third down and 1 for the Clockers. They go in the jet play. Holliston covers it up for a short loss, but I think it's enough to move the chains.
Yeah, it would be a first down for Ashland. As I said earlier, Holliston is missing tonight Nick Carding in that defensive backfield, and that's a big loss for Holliston. Clock running. We just started here. 9:45 left to go in the first quarter.
Herder back to pass, and he is gobbled up by the Panthers. Number 51, David Villa, was the first one in there. Sophomore with the sack.
Yeah, and he came in basically, it looked like he was almost unblocked. I mean, he just shot like he was shot out of a cannon. He did a good job.
The Panthers had Alachi, number 54, standing up and showing blitz. He's usually a defensive tackle.
Well, Alachi has just been absolutely sensational on both sides of the ball, both offensively and defensively this year. And he's really, really looked good defensively.
Number 57, Jack Littlejohn. Number 70, Robert Payne. Number 74, Patrick Griffin up front for the Panthers. We'll get the other ones just a moment. 2nd down and 15. Herder back to pass, fires deep. Good coverage. Derek D'Angelo in the coverage. That's going to bring up 3rd down and actually 17 yards for the Clockers.
Well, Herder was under pressure once again by David Villa. He's getting in there, and right now he's having his way in there.
So D'Angelo is one of the cornerbacks. DeJesus, number 1, is the other one. Kevin Sahajian, number 15 at linebacker, along with Owen Zakshevsky, number 8. Number 40, Robert Collier. Number 4, Cooper Olson at linebacker. Joey Gentile, number 9. And number 11, Brady Sweeney at the free safety spots. We got a timeout on the field with 8:36 to go in the first quarter. No score. Okay, 3rd down and 17 for the Clockers.
3rd and 17 for Ashland.
Now, this is where Holliston really, Tom, has really got to be aggressive. You got to really be aggressive in these situations, and that's what they're doing. See how they got their defensive backs and everybody's coming down to the line of scrimmage? I love this. You got to get in there and really go after that quarterback.
Herder takes a short drop, but he gets under pressure, fires it out, and it's incomplete. Nobody there.
Well, we talked about the lines, who's going to win the line of scrimmage tonight, and right now, defensively, Holliston is winning that game. So far, it's early, but they've done a nice job there to hold Ashland back to get good field position.
Brings up 4th and 17.
Back to punt, number 16 for Ashland. Back to receive the kick, number 24, Andrew Dennison. Number 14, Kualima. Short kick. It's going to bounce at the 42. And it's going to be great field position for the Panthers.
Well,
8:18 to go in the first quarter. Holliston on their first drive of the night.
Well, winning the line right there gives Holliston tremendous field position. It's a field position game. And now let's see offensively how Holliston's going to come out and handle this. Let's see if they're going to get that running game going behind these really 5 and counting Owen McCarron, 6 great offensive linemen.
Last time these two teams met was in the fall 2 season, just a few weeks ago, actually. And Holliston won 27-0 with Christian Schneelock and Tristan Benson both rushing for over 100 yards as the Panthers rushed for 322 yards. New formation for the Panthers. Fake to Harding. TJ Kiley scrambles to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I think we saw this a little bit against Braintree, I think, this formation.
It was like a modified war offense. They had Olachi in the backfield. 2nd down and 10 for Holliston.
Clock rolling, 7:45 left to go in the first quarter. No score.
Triples to TJ's right. Handoff to Harding. And the Ashland Clockers get upfield and stop Harding for a loss. So, boy, these two defenses are going at it.
They really are. That was a nice play by Ashland, and they're sending some people. They're sending in, and they want I think what they want to try and do is make Holliston making one-dimensional.
So number 72, Brendan Ibbotson off. Number 68, Vladimir Boleski comes in at offensive line. Panthers are going to have to hustle. Empty backfield for Kiley. And he gets, looks like that play got blown up. Not sure it was executed right. 4th down and long.
Yeah, and once again, you know, with no Nick Cotting in there, let's see if Holliston's going to go for this. They don't have their punt team out there.
Well, in the warm-ups, TJ was doing some of the punting, along with Sahajian. So 4th down and 19. And that's going to force Ashland to take a timeout with 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first quarter. No score. All right, 4th down and 19. Holliston showing that they're going to go for it. And there's the pooch kick by TJ Kiley with nobody back. And it's going to roll down to the 25-yard line for the Clockers.
You know, I'll tell you, I get it. I understand why they did it. It's a nice play, and it turned out well for Holliston. But the way those Ashland defensive linemen were getting in there, you know, they're lucky that they were able to get that off, because if they came like they did the last time, that would have been blocked.
The way the Panther linemen were getting there against the
You're
Clockers.
Right. Yep, you're right.
Both of these offenses have been rolling pretty good, and they both went backwards about 15 yards. So 1st and 10 for the Clockers at their own 25. And there's Molesky on the fake to him. And Herder took it himself, and he's pushed backwards. Maybe to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is starting out, obviously, right here now.
He got more yards than I thought. So 2nd and 7 for the Clockers. Boy, 1 week you get 200 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns, and now they use you for a decoy.
Yeah. That's life in the Tri-Valley League.
Herder. And Molesky breaks the line. And he is gone. Touchdown, Clockers. A 72-yard touchdown run.
Well, that's the guy we said to look for. You know, he's a really good one. He's for real. And, you know, Ashland's had recently some really good quarterbacks and some good running backs too. And there's another one right there. Molesky finishes that off. With 4:30 left to go in the first quarter, Ashland lines up for the extra point. Well,
Kick is up and good.
very strong kick is up and good. 4:30 left to go in the first quarter. Ashland opens the scoring, 7-0.
So that puts Molesky over the 700-yard mark on the season, and that's his 7th touchdown of the year. Wow, didn't see that coming from the first, 6 or 7 plays that we saw run.
I know. Well, one of the things you have to watch on defense is as defensive keep creeping up to the line, which they should be because you want to be aggressive in taking over the line. Sometimes it's just that one little thing that a back makes, and he can get out either to the outside. A lot of times it's broken to the inside. You see it a lot of those plays like that on 4th downs, Tom, where it's 4th and 1, and everybody comes up to the line to stop a guy, and the guy gets outside, or the guy breaks through the first set of defenders, and they're gone, and that's kind of what happened there.
So it'll be Dennison and Olson back to receive the kick for Holliston.
By the way, what a great crowd here tonight. They're both towns very well represented. That's what's great about these high school rivalries, town to town. It's fun to play the Braintrees. It's fun to play the Old Rochester. But, you get in the league, and that's just a ball. Watch Dennison now. He's been really special on kick returns for Holliston.
He's got a 95-yard kick return for a touchdown. This one's to Olson, but it's going to go out of bounds. Oh, he scoops it up at the 5. Breaks a couple of tackles out across the 20.
Well, I was going to add to that, too, that, as great as Dennison has been, then they start kicking away from him, and now you got to face Olson, and Olson has done a really nice job returning kicks also.
Panther offense this year coming into the game averaging 253 yards a game, 153 through the air, and 100 on the ground. Last week they lost to Braintree 34-21, but TJ Kiley was 19 of 30 passing for 229 yards and 2 touchdowns.
TJ really picked it up last week. That was, I think, by far his best game.
And Kawal Lima had 10 catches for 123 yards also. 1st and 10, handoff to Harding, and he goes nowhere.
Well, they're selling out for the run with here. That's what Ashland's doing right here, and so far it's worked for them.
Going to be a loss of 2 on the play.
This is where you get the same situation now as Holliston just had defensively with Ashland coming up. They get the one safety back deep, which means that they're playing the run. They get the players down in the box. This is where you want to look for your playmakers. This is where you want to look for your Sweeneys and your Limas and those playmakers in there.
Joey Gentile.
Joey Gentile's another one.
2nd down for Holliston. And there's Joey Gentile out in the flat. He picks up about 7 yards.
See, now what happens in this chess match, now you get a situation where maybe they're not going to come and throw everybody at you now. You got 3rd and shorter here, 3rd and 5, whatever it is. And now as you're a player, you got to think a little bit that I just can't go 100% again for the run. I'm going to have to play the pass a little bit too.
3rd and 5 for Holliston. TJ fires to his right and caught. Brady Sweeney got that deflected ball. Great hands by number 11.
Yeah, now Coach Kiley might have something to think about here.
It's going to be 4th down and
2, maybe?
4th and 2.
Yeah.
So 4th and 2, I don't know. Field position is going to be tough. You're already down 7 points, and looks like they're going to punt.
I think they're going to war.
Oh, they're going to run to war. Okay.
Olsen on the right. On the left. Sahajian on the right. The pitch is to Olsen. He picks his spot. He's got the first down. And more! Number 4, Cooper Olsen.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
67 yards. Panthers touchdown.
Yeah, the field is clean. No laundry on the field, so that counts. That's a nice call. You know, we've watched him run the war very few times this year, Tom, and to be very, very frank, it hasn't been really effective for him. But boy, that time it was, and that Olsen, he just got out there, and that's what happens when you're a running back. You want to get out there and pump and pump and pump with those legs, because if you break that tackle, you're gone. And it was the same situation as I just talked about that, when you have 4th and short or something like that, and you get inside and you break that first line of defense, you're gone, and that's what he did. Great run.
Longest run for a touchdown by the Panthers this season.
Now, without carding, let's see if they're going to
go for two. I think they're ready to line up.
And they're back in the war again. Oh.
No call. No good on the try. Who got the ball on that?
So Olsen on the carry.
So 1:39 left to go in the first quarter. Holliston trails Ashland just 7-6.
Well, what started out as a defensive battle now is turning into a bunch of long plays here. 2 big plays, one by Ashland, one by Holliston.
Talk about haymakers being landed. Wow. Ashland didn't see that coming.
No.
They were dreaming about a short field when they stopped Holliston on that 4th and 2.
Well, if they had, they would have had a short field. But you know, how many years, Tom, have we done this? And how many years have we seen it with Coach Kiley? He's going to gamble. He believes in his offense. He believes in his kids. And you know, that's a message to them right there. Where he's saying, guys, I really think you can do this. You know, he's done that for years and years and years. And then these kids get a lot of confidence, and they get their swagger back, and they start playing really well. So that may be a play that we look back on later on this year and say, that's kind of a turning point thing.
I hope so. Kawalima, number 14, with the kickoff. The kick is up. Nice kick. Taken by number 40. And he's caught at the 25. Nice tackle by Sahajian, number 15.
Yeah, we saw Sahajian play last year a lot. Of course, we did the freshman in JV games, and we saw him play. He's a good little running back. He's a I shouldn't say little. He's a good running back, and
he's a football player.
He's a player. He's absolutely a player.
He's got a nose around the ball. So ball's at the 27 for Ashland. Hand off to Molesky. 5-yard gain.
Holliston's got to be a little careful now. The way they're playing with their front seven, especially on this side over here towards us that we're looking at. You know, they had a situation where if Ashland could get outside and throw a block, there was no way that they were going to be able to contain. So Holliston's got to really kind of watch it. Those linebackers are going to have to get out very quickly before they get hit by those offensive linemen.
2nd and 4 for the Clockers. Herder hands it off to Molesky, and he's stuffed up.
Well played by Ashland Holliston, I mean, right there.
It's going to bring up 3rd down. Tackle by Jack Littlejohn was in the middle of that mess.
Clock running, 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Really entertaining first quarter so far.
I don't think Ashland needs to run another play, but they probably will.
There's no wind or there's no situation like that they need at a certain end of the field.
So 3rd down and 4 for the Clockers. Herder back to pass, fires across the middle, caught by number 22. He's knocked out of bounds by DeJesus.
Yeah, there's a flag coming down here, and Holliston got, I don't know if it's a block in the back or a clip, but this is coming back.
Well, that'll be the end of the first quarter. We'll be back in just a moment while they sort this out. Okay, we're ready to start the second quarter. They gave Ashland a 1st down on the carry, then marked off the penalty, a personal foul, and that put the ball at the 40-yard line. So Ashland will start from its own 40-yard line.
Well, that was a nice pass and run by Herder. He was able to hit his receiver right in stride and get him down the sideline over there.
Herder hands it to Molesky.
Yeah, that's tackling. That's what you want to do. We talk about winning the line of scrimmage. Well, that's how you win the line of scrimmage. Good tackling. He said
that was D'Angelo, Derek D'Angelo, number 27.
As I said before the game, Tom, you got to tackle, no penalties, and no turnovers. And you're probably in pretty good shape if you do all those three. So far, they're checking all those boxes off.
2nd down and 9 after the short gain. Take the jet play, handoff to Molesky, and he's stacked up again after a short gain.
Well, passing down coming up, and of course Sweeney's still on the sideline here.
So it'll bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Clockers.
This is where you want to see something really. Holliston play a breakthrough and put some pressure on Herder and don't let him get that ball off.
Clockers are 2 for 3 on third down so far tonight.
Again, fakes the jet play. Herder rolls out. He's going to give it a run. Cooper Olson tackles him before he goes out of bounds and short of the first down.
So now Ashland's going to have a little situation here to see what they're going to do.
4th and 2, decision time for Coach McKay. Looks like he's sending his punt team out. Andrew Dennison, number 24, drops back to receive the kick.
Be very, very careful here if you're on that defensive front 7. Be very careful.
There's a snap. The kick is off the side of his foot. Comes down at the 30 and bounces back to the 34. That's where Holliston will start off, 1st and 10.
9:25 left to go in the first half, Tom, and it's so far so good. It's been a lot of fun here. Some good defense, some good offense, a little bit of everything.
Well, big plays, Jay. Both teams have struggled a little bit, and I think you would have said the Clockers aren't really going anywhere, and then all of a sudden Molesky busts it, and then they would say the same thing about Holliston. They're not going anywhere, and then Cooper Olson on that 4th and 2. That was a game changer.
Now, you had talked about this in the intro, how this spring, just a few weeks ago, really a few months ago, Holliston ran that war offense, and they really did a big job on Ashland. Looks like they're going back to war again right now. It's been successful for them back then, been successful for them tonight. Let's see if they're going to do that, or they're going to switch out of this into the spread.
So Olson on the left wing, Harding on the right wing, Alachi at the fullback spot. Pitch to Harding. And he is pushed back.
Well, the thing about the war that I always think when I'm watching it up here is you really can't see a lot of times who gets the ball. But that time, when the runner came out, he held his hands up high to catch it in that signal to Ashland that I'm going to get the ball.
Right.
Now, if he does that as a fake, that's a whole other story.
Right. 2nd down and 10 for Holliston. Here's Olson on the jet play. And he had a little hole to run through, but then it closed up, and he stopped just short of the 40. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 5.
Well, he had a little hole there because Pierce Alachi made a very, very nice block.
He does a great job leading the play as the fullback.
I like him back there. I do it. That gives you a whole nother offensive lineman in the backfield. Holliston goes to the spread.
So 3rd down and 4, or 3rd down and 5. Kiley rolls out left. Takes a hit.
Well, TJ Kiley.
It's going to be 4th down and 1.
TJ Kiley, the junior, we've seen him. I think, Tom, he's really rising up as he's playing. As he gains more experience, as he gains more confidence, you can see the fly. I think his big turnaround was the playing the game in Medway, where he had that great run at the end of the game. I think that instilled a lot of confidence in him.
Here's 4th down and 1, and the war offense comes out on the field for the Panthers, run by Nick Larsh.
Oh, great move. Great move by the
quarterback.
quarterback.
Big push by the Panther offensive line.
That's that turnaround quarterback play I absolutely love. They do it all the time off of that. And they're expecting that one of the running backs is in motion. Holliston comes right up to the line. They're going to go again quickly here.
Quick to the line after Larsh, and he takes it on a 1st down push. And they haven't blown the whistle yet, as Larsh isn't brought down.
Well, that's really interesting. But I love that turnaround thing that the quarterback does. Turns around, and then you see the split of the defensive lineman, and the offensive lineman take control, opens up that middle. And Holliston has lived with that for years. How many times they score touchdowns on that play, or they get big first downs?
Right. 2nd down and 8 for Holliston. Larsh pitches it to Olson. Pyle moves out to the Ashland 45.
Clock running now. There's 6:05 left to go in the first half. Holliston right here.
3rd and 6 for the Panthers.
Yeah, they really need 4, Tom. At least 4 so they can go for it.
Fake to Harding, inside to Olson. He's tripped up at the 45. So Holliston only got 1. Bring up a 4th down and 5.
Yeah, this is a good idea, the punt here. Oh, nice to see Brady Sweeney come back on the field. Oh, no, they're going for it. They're going to spread.
Well, again, TJ's been doing the punting,
Yep.
So whether he drops back for a pooch punt or whether he moves up forward for the offensive play, I mean, really they disguised it really well the first time.
Now let's see how Ashland reacts to this. They're pulling their linebackers back a little bit. Now they come up to the line.
Kiley files to the outside, caught by number 14. Kawhi Lima. And that's his 12th catch of the season. Had 137 yards coming into this game.
Well, you talk about, indecision by the defense and what that can buy you, and just that 1 second of staying back and not realizing whether TJ is going to punt or whether he's going to pass. The defensive linemen are coming in, but your linebackers don't know what to do. And when a player doesn't have the time to react, he gives the offensive player a distinct advantage.
Exactly. Kiley on the rollout.
Yeah.
And he is brought down. A couple of blitzers by the Clockers are going to be a big loss for the Panthers.
Well, there was no problem with reaction there for Ashland. They came right in and did a nice job getting 2 guys out there. Now, if there was only 1, TJ would have been able to escape, but not if there's 2 of them.
That's going to be 2nd and over 20 for the Panthers. 26 yards. Thank you, Los.
And they're coming again. This is interesting. They're not. I love this defensively. They're going to come right at them. They're not going to lay back.
Kiley, short drop, fires, and intended for Brady Sweeney, and he.
Brady Sweeney. They are talking about it. Now ruled incomplete.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's a good call. I think it was a little low, and I think that the second reaction from the receiver kind of looked like he was pulling the ball back in.
So 3rd down and 26 for the Panthers.
Now, this is where it's interesting because TJ's the punter, right? So I know it's only 3rd down, but, the clock is at 3:43. You're not going to get a run back if you kick it here, so you got some options.
Right.
Panthers are looking to convert their first 3rd down of the night, guys. They are 0 for 3 so far.
Wow. That's interesting, Los.
Lima and McCarron to the right. Gentile and Sweeney to the left. Kiley is wrapped up. So this has been a half of big plays, I would call it. Big defensive plays and big offensive plays.
And just a whale of a ball game so far with clock running with 3:15 left to go in the first half.
Go ahead, Los.
Sorry, guys. 4 sacks so far in the game, 3 of them from Ashland.
Number 15, Kevin Sahajian, comes in to do the punting for Holliston.
Yeah, and they're coming after this punt, too. They're coming. Here they come.
Sahajian's going to run it. Nice move. Reaches ahead. Well, stop short of the first down, but what a run by Kevin Sahajian.
Well, the thing is, Tom, I think what he did, he really had no choice because the left defensive end was coming in to get him, and he just sidestepped him. The left defensive end took his angle to go towards Sahajian, and Sahajian just stepped around him, and not a bad idea. And he almost
got the ball all the way to the Ashland 36.
Yeah, and he almost had a shot at a first down.
Well,
so
smarter play than taking a sack,
sure,
or getting a blocked punt.
Absolutely.
Ashland will start out the 36.
Was that the first time he was back to punt this year?
Yes. Herder's going to go to throw. He's drawing him in for the big number 74.
Well, broke the tackle.
Oh, I thought Patrick Griffin had him in his claws, but Mileski spins away for 9 yards.
Now Holliston's in a hurry up.
Ashland,
I'm sorry.
2nd down and 1 for the Clockers.
2nd and 2 at the 45.
The 2nd and 2 now. This is the time where you can really put the ball downfield a little bit if you want to throw it.
Herder's going to pass. Tries to step up in the pocket, and he gets caught. Breaks a tackle when he gets enough for the first down. What a strong run by number 2.
That was a great run. I thought they had him, and they did have him down there, but.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Clockers at midfield.
Clock
1:50 left in the first half.
He's at some point here, he's going to take a shot downfield, so you got to be ready for that.
Herder hands off to Mileski.
Oh, they got him that time.
He is bunched up. Payne and Littlejohn got him on that play.
Jack Littlejohn and Robert Payne on the stop.
Clock still running, 1:20 left to go.
So 2nd down and 11 for the Clockers.
Clock still running now. Down to under
so
a minute.
Ashland's letting it go before they call a timeout.
Timeout.
So we got a timeout with 59 seconds left in the first half. Ashland 7, Holliston 6. Second down and 11 for Ashland.
Yeah, one of these next 2 plays, they're going to go downfield because they're not going to call timeout and let the clock run for nothing.
Herder, short drop, looks right, gets some pressure, nice ball.
We've got it coming back here, the flag here. So the flag is thrown in the defensive backfield.
So should be an automatic first down for Ashland.
Well, depending on what it is.
Some explaining to Coach Kiley.
Well, they want to give him the option, maybe.
Oh, Ashland's backing up.
Walk in the back.
Walk in the back against Ashland.
How far back are they going?
Well, it's.
They went 15 yards back.
That's an interesting call because, of course, they get some good field position, Holliston did, by moving them back. But if they didn't move them back, they wouldn't have lost the down. So it's back to second down.
Mark the ball up to 34.
Interesting call.
Second down and 26.
3.
Herder back to pass, trying to set up the screen. It's not there. He throws it to the ground. Nice coverage by Cooper Olson, who just blanketed Molesky. That stops the clock with 51 seconds to go. Bring up third down and 26 for Ashland.
Patrick Griffin.
Well, this time, Tom, I think what you might want to do is play back a little. You have the option of being aggressive. You can still be aggressive if you want. I think this time I would play back a little and let them, if they get 10 yards, that's okay. That's okay. They're still going to have to punt it. And that's what Holliston's doing.
Herder with 3 receivers to his right. Rolls right. Fires. Nice pass and caught. And immediately tackled by the Panthers.
Yeah, and there you go. You pick up 12 or 13 yards, and that's okay. You're still going to have to punt here.
Brady Sweeney on that tackle. Very strong. Well, it's just like you said. You give him 10 yards, but it's still going to be short.
Although I think if I was them, I'd go for it now because the clock's running. There's 25 seconds left, and the clock is still running. They may not even have to run a play. Let's see if they get out of this without even running anything.
It's 4th down and 12. And they are just going to wait out the half.
Hand goes up, so they may get a
Even if
short
they take
penalty
5
here.
yards.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty.
And that's what they're
With
doing.
2 seconds to go.
1 second. So now they'll just get in the what they call the old victory formation and just kneel on the ball.
Well,
take a step back and
I
kneel.
don't.
But I'll tell you what, we got in this situation before in the was it the old Rochester game, and I said the same thing.
That's right. They'll probably take a knee here.
I'm not calling it.
So will the victory formation on 4th down take more than 1 second?
You better have learned from that game.
They pitch it, and sort of a war offense. And almost we'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. But that'll be the end of the first half. A great one, an exciting one. Ashland Clockers 7, Holliston Panthers 6. We'll be back with second half action in just a moment. And now Losig, halftime lowdown.
Thanks, Tom. The score at halftime, Ashland inching by Holliston 7-6. This has been a real defensive effort so far in this game. The stats are not really going to show it because they're going to be skewed a bit by two big plays by each team. So total yardage for each team, 98 for Holliston, 142 for Ashland. 23 yards passing for the Panthers, 49 yards for Ashland, but 75 yards rushing, 68 of that on a big touchdown run, and then 93 yards rushing for Ashland, again 72 of that on a big touchdown run. Quarterback TJ Kiley for Ashland is 3 of 4 for 23 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. The leading rusher on the Panthers is Cooper Olsen. He's got 76 yards and that 68-yard touchdown run. 3 other carries to go with it. Leading receiver for the Panthers is Kawa Lima. He's got 12 yards with 1 catch. For the Ashland Clockers, quarterback Luke Herder is 4 of 7 for 49 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Their big rusher was Andre Molesky. He had 84 yards, again with a 72-yard touchdown run in the first half. And then defensively, real quick, leading tackler is Cooper Olsen from his Mike linebacker position. He's got 4 tackles, including a tackle for loss. And that's the lowdown.
Thank you, Luce. And Andrew Dennison takes the second half kickoff and takes it from his own goal line to the 30-yard line, where the Panthers will start the second half, 1st and 10.
Okay, what's happening here now is both these teams know they're in a position to win, and both these teams really need a win here tonight. Holliston probably a little more than Ashland. Now, Holliston has come out almost in every game and played very, very well in the first half. The second half, they've given up a little bit more than they did in the first half. So this is going to be interesting to see how Holliston comes out here and defends against Ashland, and right now how they come out and put the ball down the field against Ashland.
Number 12, Nick Larch, out of the quarterback for the War offense. Harding and Olsen, the 2 wing backs, pitch to Harding, and he is batched up. He is piled up.
Now they're pinching in. You can see the defensively they're pinching in against the War offense. So Holliston's got to, I think, try a little bit more to get to the outside. You get those runners. You got that great speed down there for Holliston. You want to get those guys to the outside where they can do some damage.
Second down and 11.
Got a lot of viewers out there from Holliston, even like Ross and Mike out there from Stagecoach Road area. They're rooting for their Panthers.
Right. Fake is to Olsen. Larsh looked like he was going to try to pass, but he gets sacked for a loss.
Well, that's big. Holliston's going to now have to go to their spread offense. It's a tough situation down here because you really do have to get some yardage. Remember, Nick Carding's not out there to punt. He's a sensational punter, but Holliston doesn't have his services tonight.
3rd and 19. Coach Kiley signaling in the call.
Yeah, now there's too much time. So Holliston will be set back another 5 yards, delay a game. You wonder at that point of the game, you really might want to call your timeout. You have 5 of them. You don't want to waste them. You're going to hold them as long as you can, but boy, now you really put yourself in a tough situation.
So 3rd down and 26. Kiley with the direct handoff. I didn't see who that was with the ball. Who was the ball carrier? Harding with the carry. And he gets all the way back to the original line of scrimmage. So
that was
gain
big.
of 16.
Yeah, that was big. In the field position game, they really needed that, Tom. They needed to get out from behind there. They need to get out from behind there and from the shadow of their own goalpost, and they were able to do it.
So Hagen back to punt.
Oh, we got a nice punt
High
off.
kick. Going to come down at midfield. Takes a Panther bounce.
Great bounce. Great job.
So no return. It's down at the Ashland 43 with 9 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 7-6 Ashland.
Well, you know, Herder's a good quarterback. He can throw the ball very well. I think what you might see here is they may take some shots downfield. Oh, they're going their own version of war. Look at this.
So Ashland with Herder under center. Pitches to number 40. Whistles were going before that play got started. Gigliotti on the run. And he was whistled no gain.
Yeah, I'm with you, Tom. I thought I heard whistles before the play even started there, but I don't see any penalty flags, so we'll take it.
So Hagen on the turnaround.
Oh.
He is caught from behind. So Holliston doing some heavy hitting in there. No gain on second down.
Derek D'Angelo got in there and got him from behind. It slowed him right down until the other guys could come in and finish him off. It's interesting they go to the war offense. I'm not sure if they played it in any of their other games. We haven't seen any game films from Ashland.
So third down and 10 for Ashland. Molesky right behind Herder. Three receivers to Herder's right. Herder rolls right. Fires. Yeah, it was incomplete.
Incomplete, yeah. So fourth down, and then Ashland will have to punt.
Yeah.
So good stand there by the Holliston defense.
So that'll bring up fourth down and 10. So right out of the locker room, both offenses falter.
Yeah, both defensive look really good. Yeah, the wind has picked up just a little bit out here. It feels a little bit windy up here.
Dwinell's back to punt for Ashland.
Oh.
Fair catch called for and taken by Dennison.
You know how tough
Holliston
that is?
back at the 27-yard line.
You know, you sit there, it is a little bit of wind up there, but that ball goes right up, and you get guys right in your face, and you put that hand up. Takes a lot of guts to sit there, and, you know, you got to complete that catch. You fumble that ball at all, you're in trouble. Nicely done by Dennison.
Looks like Holliston's going to start with the spread offense right now, second offensive drive.
You know, some of the big playmakers, you know, on this field, Sweeney, who is back in there now, and Gentile and Lima really haven't had a shot to do much here tonight. So let's see if Holliston can put the ball in the hands of one of those guys.
Kiley with the pitch to Harding. He's got a short gain.
That was played really well by Ashland defensively.
Yeah, Molesky came right up.
you know, they're going to pin their ears back and come now. You know, this is a time we might do something a little bit different, maybe a screen, maybe a reverse, something to keep those guys a little bit more honest on the defensive front seven.
Kiley fires to his left, incomplete, intended for Sweeney. Ashland's just coming upfield. I mean, Sweeney almost caught that, but he was being tackled at the same time.
And that's what you want to do. You want to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers like Sweeney, get him out there one-on-one and let him do his thing. If he can get by somebody, he's gone.
3rd and 10 for the Panthers.
6:46 left to go in the third. 7-6. Holliston down by 1.
Kiley, short drop, puts it up, intended for Lima.
Well,
but incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Now Holliston's got a punt. Well, it started as a defensive battle, and then for a few moments turned into an offensive battle, and then it's back to a defensive battle now. And we've gone back and forth, and we've seen a lot. We've seen the two big runs, and that's pretty much been it for both teams.
Sahajian's punt takes a Panther bounce and goes out at the Clocker 45. So that's about where Ashland had the ball just before they had a punt. 6:30 left to go in the third quarter. 7-6 Ashland.
I am really surprised that they haven't turned Herder a little bit more loose in this ball game. I mean,
Holliston's been in his face.
He has been, but I mean, they're not even most of the time not even attempting too much. They had that screen pass and a few other passes. Holliston has gotten back to him, but
couple of rollouts which he likes. Herder to Molesky. He makes it to the outside. Chased by the Panthers after he gets a first down. And that'll be down inside the 40-yard line. Let's see if they put it at the 36.
Yeah, well, you know, this once again, you've got to contain. You've got to turn that player inside. You can't let him get to the outside like that.
First slip up the Panthers have had in quite a while. Herder on the rollout. Nice turnaround shot down the field. Caught for another Clocker first down. That was Jake Troutman on the catch.
Brady Sweeney made the tackle there. The clock is going to start up once everything gets set. Here we go. 6:09 left to go in the third quarter.
So a couple of quick first downs by the Clockers on this second drive of the second half.
Well, this is where you got to stiffen if you're that defense.
Yeah, and Andre Molesky's over 100 yards. He's got 104 on 10 carries.
Fake to Molesky. Herder tries to connect with number 9, but incomplete.
Yeah, that Holliston was kind of lucky on that one. If Herder got that ball up in the air at all, that would have been a touchdown.
That's a tough throw. Rolling right,
going
throwing
all the way
back across your body.
Right, that's right.
You think it sounds simple, but then you try to do it.
Oh, it's absolutely the worst thing you can do, other than rolling left and trying to throw right if you're a right-handed thrower.
Second down and 10 for the Clockers. Handoff on the jet play. This one's Gigliotti, and he's pushed backwards.
Yeah, this is where you got to be a little careful if you're Holliston. That was a nice tackle by Olsen. You got to be careful, don't you? You know, I know you're excited. I know you get really get into the game. Can't overdo it. You can be very, very careful because if you get a penalty there, that would have given them an automatic first down as opposed to having 3rd and long. So you got to play it smart out there now. You got to be patient. You got to be tough. Be tough. Be aggressive, but be smart about it.
3rd and looks like 5 from the 23, or from the 17.
3rd and 4.
Big down for the Panther defense. Molesky is forward, close to a first down. I don't think he has it.
Well, I'll tell you, Holliston played that one perfectly on the outside. He wanted to get out. He wanted to cut out, and Holliston was able to contain.
Just short.
4th and less than a yard. Oh, they do wave him forward. So one of the referees overruled the rest of them.
Clock rolling now, under 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
1st and 10 at the 18. At the 14, excuse me. Thank you, Luz. Herder on the turnaround himself, and he is caught and pushed back. A little slow on those whistles, you know. They're letting them play a little bit. Should be a little quicker if the momentum is stopped in a double team like that.
Well, especially on a quarterback.
Well, any player. I mean, if you clearly stop forward momentum, you're pushing them back.
Boy, they give him yardage on that, too.
You gain a 1. 2nd and 9. Holliston's looking to make a play here. Come up big on Ashland. Herder back to pass, puts it up. Looking for Troutman. Nice coverage there by Gentile. Pass was just overthrown.
That was nice coverage, and if that pass was underthrown a little bit, Joey Gentile might still be running the other way.
Right.
3rd down.
Obviously, we're in 4-down territory, and don't forget, Ashland's kicker, what we saw the extra point, and I saw in practice, he's a pretty good kicker, too. So, you know, a couple of things going here, but first, Holliston's got to defend this 3rd down.
Herder rolls out to his left. Fires to the end zone, off of the hands of Gillis. So 4th down and 9.
Let's see what Ashland does here now.
Miguel DeJesus with the coverage.
No, they're going to go for it. Oh, holding
against Holliston.
Holding against the Panthers.
Let's see
So
what's
they mark
going on.
off the penalty. It's going to be 3rd down, and so they mark it off 5 yards. So it'll be 3rd down and 3.
Well, you got to key on Molesky, and you got to make sure Herder doesn't get to the outside.
Molesky with the run gets the 1st down.
Just short.
Ashland quickly to the line.
1st and goal.
And Herder pushes forward.
Touchdown.
And touchdown, Ashland.
Well, nice drive by Ashland. 2:28 left to go in the third. Still plenty of time. I mean, this is, unless they go for two here, which they're not, they're going for one. This is still only going to be a one-possession game.
The kick is up and good. So with 2:28 to go in the third quarter, Ashland scores again. Luke Herder from 1 yard out. So 14-6. The Clockers ahead, but just as you pointed out, just by one score.
Yeah, it's just a one-possession game still. Holliston, with a touchdown and two-point conversion can get in and get the tie.
So Ashland seemed to right the ship on that second drive of the second half, going 55 yards for the score.
But Holliston's going to have to start showing something on offense here. Tom,
they've had two possessions and really haven't gone anywhere.
No, they haven't. And, I give Ashland a lot of credit for that. They've really done a nice job defensively, just as Holliston really has against Ashland. I mean, Ashland's a pretty high-scoring offense, and they're sitting here closing in on the fourth quarter. They only have 14 points, 2 scores. In this, on the kickoff return here, this is where we can make up some hay, maybe.
Dennison and Olson back to receive the kick for Holliston. It's going to come down to Dennison at the 10. Tripped up just shy of the 30-yard line.
Well, that was a nice tackle by Ashland. They don't make that tackle, and Dennison's picking up another at least 10 or 15 yards.
Looked like he had some room there.
So Holliston, we got that offensive line, a really, really good, really experienced offensive line. They're the captains out there, and this is who you're going to count on. And this is what you got to do now. You got to start winning that battle at the line of scrimmage. Other than that, they're playing very well.
Ashland, as you said, Ashland is just pinning the ears back and blitzing their front seven.
Well, they're trying to put Holliston, make them one-dimensional, make them a passing team.
And up to Harding, up the middle. He picks up a couple.
They're still looking for that one big play. The one, they got the one touchdown from Olson. So we close in now, under 2 minutes left to go in the third. They get the big play from Olson. And now you got to get it again. I think you got to get it in those playmakers' hands. Somehow you got to get it in those guys' hands. That's the Sweeneys, the Gentiles, the Lemas, and even Harding may be in the open somewhere.
Second down, Kiley goes deep, looking for number 11, and he
There's
never
the flag,
looked back.
Yeah.
Gillis never looked back, and that was an easy flag, so that'll be a first down for the Panthers. Sweeney ran a great route.
Well, Sweeney did a great job, but I'll tell you, the ball came out. It was kind of fluttering a little bit. It's really a good thing the defender didn't look back, because if that defender looked back, he might have had an interception.
So pass interference call against the Clockers.
Of course, in high school, it's not a...
no, but a 15-yarder.
But it's a big help for Holliston in the field position game.
So the ball will be placed at the Holliston 46-yard line, 1st and 10.
McCarron going from right to left.
Kiley back to pass. Goes deep down the middle. Brady Sweeney, number 11. Touchdown, Panthers! And Holliston's quick strike offense strikes right back.
When you have playmakers out there, Tom, you really got to go for them. You know, we've kind of been asking for that all night. We've been mentioning the name, Sweeney, we've been mentioning Gentile. You know, those guys are going to do it. Now, I will say this, on that play, two things happened that haven't really been happening much at all. One is that offensive line did a great job of holding everything out, and two, that it gave TJ Kiley the time to sit back and put that ball up in the air. When it's a 1-and-1, when it's a jump ball, when it's one of those 50-50 balls they call them, you know Sweeney's going to get the ball.
So Ashland's lead is cut to 14-12. Coach Kiley talking over his offense. Looks like they're going to the war offense to go for two here.
Panthers will go for 2, down by 2.
Now, we've already seen the quarterback turn and go in. Lodge did that.
Big Large
Lodge had a big play doing that. There he goes in.
Good quick turnaround, and it's good for a 2-point conversion. Number 12, Nick Larch. So Holliston ties up this game 14-14, less than a minute after Ashland widened their lead.
Well, we talked about penalties, we talked about turnovers, and there was a big penalty on that pass interference call to Sweeney. And Tom, the other thing this does now, you've established a little bit that, okay, with a little time, TJ can get the ball down the field. So we all know what that means for those safeties and those linebackers. You know, they're going to still be aggressive in the front, but in the back they might not be quite as aggressive, and that's going to open up some spaces for the receivers and the runners.
So a 54-yard strike from TJ Kiley to Brady Sweeney. That's Brady Sweeney's 6th touchdown catch on the season, and the 8th touchdown pass that TJ Kiley's thrown so far this year. Well, you talked about playmakers making a play. You were calling for it. They finally listened to you. Somehow the coaches get on this wavelength.
I don't know how they hear it, but they do.
Lima's kick is
Wow.
a good one.
Great kick.
All the way back to the 10. Gigliotti, a nice return. Good tackle, just short of the 30-yard line.
Tom, we got ourselves a ball game. 1:15 left to go in the third.
1:15 left in the third quarter. We've got a player down.
18 yards. Cooper Olson made the tackle. They've been cramped up, it appears. Cooper is up and out. After the saving tackle.
So it looks like Cooper Olson cramped up a little bit. So first and 10 for the Clockers back at their own 29-yard line.
Got to drink that pickle juice before these games.
That's the old remedy.
I'll tell you, you got to drink pickle juice. Everyone laughs at me, but not just because of that either.
You don't see them doing that much anymore.
No, they don't.
They have this thing called Gatorade now.
Gatorade. Sounds cool.
Herder to Molesky. Spin move. And he gets some nice yardage.
Gain of about 8.
Again, these second and shorts, oh boy, they can be dangerous for defensive teams because their offensive playbook is everything's in play right here.
Herder under center. Hands it off to Molesky. Bounces off the pile. Nice tackle by Gentile.
That was a nice run by Molesky. He came up and actually got stopped at the line and then just spun out, got outside and made the first down for Ashland.
Yeah, Molesky continuing to have a great game, 116 yards and a touchdown.
First and 10 for the Clockers at the 44. Herder with the handoff to Molesky. Bounces off the pile.
Whoa.
Up comes Zakshevsky, number 8. But he pushes forward. Robert Payne also in on the tackle.
That's the end of the quarter.
And at the end of the third quarter, we're tied 14-14 as Holliston struck back very quickly and got the 2-point conversion. We'll be back with the fourth quarter action in just a moment. Okay, ready to start the fourth quarter. Second down and 7 for Ashland. Herder with the fake to Molesky, rolls out. Nice chase by Alachi.
Yeah, something downfield there happened. I'm not sure what it was. Something in the defensive backfield.
See the call. So it was a gain of 2 or 3. They're saying the flag's at the 50. Now what happens?
A holding against Holliston.
So that'll move it 5 yards, and that'll be enough for a first down for the Clockers. Oh, 10 yards. That's usually a line hold. That's unusual on an Ashland running play, but you see a holding call.
Well, once again, I hate to keep saying it over and over again, but penalties and turnovers, you really got to do all you can to prevent them.
So ball's at the Holliston 41 for the Clockers. Herder to Molesky. These teams are just battling it out in the trenches.
That time, Holliston did the right thing. They had 3 players on Molesky, and then they went. The fourth player came in. I think it might have been Sweeney, came in for the trying to pull the ball away.
Haven't seen any turnovers yet in this game.
No. Clock running. It's going to be inside of 11 minutes left in regulation anyway when this ball snapped.
Second down and 8 for Ashland. Herder to Molesky again. And he's hit right away by big number 74. Don't want to run into Patrick Griffin in a dark alley.
That's one of those thing meets an immovable object thing. And, the two things get together and they pound away at each other. And
Molesky went pounding into number 74.
Two big players, two good
But a
Tri-Valley
loss
League
on
stars.
the play.
Yeah.
So to bring up 3rd down and 9.
We're getting to this point of the game now, and all these 3rd downs are big. This would be really big for Holliston. If they can't let Ashland get too much yardage here, because otherwise they'll go for it on 4th down.
Fake jet play. Herder turns around. Oh, he's got a Panther in his face. But he gets the ball away just at the last minute to Gillis.
Was that Joey Gentile that came in on the quarterback there? Or?
Didn't see that.
Somebody got in, and it looks like they put their hands up, too. I thought maybe we had a shot at a block here.
Just snuck the ball through there. So 4th and 2, not a gimme.
Yeah, you talk about these games a lot of times, these tight games, it always comes down to 3 or 4 plays. Well, here's the first of those 3 or 4 plays.
Fourth and 2 for Ashland. Herder to Molesky. Hits the line. He's got it just enough for the Panther first down, for the Clocker first down.
Yeah, they're giving him the 30-yard line, so he just made it.
First and 10 from the 30.
So 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. 8:44 clock running here in the 4th quarter.
And Tom, these two teams are just really, really going at it and really giving each other the best that they have. And this is what high school football is all about.
Herder under center. Turns around, fakes to Molesky in the backfield, and he is caught. It was a Panther sandwich. 3 Panthers there. David Villa, Brady Sweeney, and Pierce Alachi.
Well, I think what happened there, Tom, was I think that was set up as a screen pass. The problem was the receiver didn't get out of the backfield. I think that's what happened because you saw those offensive linemen kind of stepping back and letting those defensive linemen in.
Herder wasn't treating like a screenplay. He wasn't ready for it.
Well, when he was coming back, you just looked in that part of the field there, and those guys were kind of lining up. So I don't know, but
2nd and 19 for the Clockers. Giuliotti on the jet play. Nice tackle by number 4, Cooper Olson. Who else?
Well, I'll tell you what happened on that play. Number 1, Miguel De Jesus really broke that up. He kind of read the play. He came across the line of scrimmage and made the runner turn up way before he wanted to. Oh, a big 3rd down here.
No gain. 3rd and 19. Ball's on the Panther 39-yard line.
So now the chess match continues. Let's see what both teams do. Is Holliston going to lay back defensively and kind of in a little semi-prevent, or are they going to be aggressive and come get Ashland?
Panthers have been good on 3rd down tonight, holding Ashland to 3 of 8 on 3rd down.
And we got a timeout on the field as the Clockers are going to take a timeout with 6:48 to go in this 4th quarter. 14-14 is your score. All right, 3rd and 19. Holliston seems to have the clockers where they want them.
Well, I'm not sure he's going to go too far downfield with this, Tom. I think he's going to try and get it maybe to the outside a little bit and make Holliston chase.
Handoff on the jet play, but then a long pass down there. Sweeney knocks the ball away smartly. He was just playing center field on that play.
Well, he was playing center field, but he played like Willie Mays because he did a nice job and very, very wisely knocking that ball away.
And he had a double team with Derek D'Angelo. They were all over that one. So 4th down and 19, and Ashland will punt the ball.
Sweeney and Derek D'Angelo have the coverage.
That was a nicely designed play by Ashland. I thought he was going to get it off.
They substituted Dwinells, the punter, for
but what they didn't count on was
Gigliotti.
They didn't count on David Villa getting in his face and making the ball go up high.
So Dennison will be back to receive the punt.
Oh, there was a block in the back right in front.
Takes a Holliston bounce. Clockers cover it after it crosses the 20. So a 6:29 to go in this 4th quarter. 14-14 the score. And the Panthers will have the ball at their own 22.
And the Panthers will have the ball right in the position they want it. They wanted to, now they can drive the field and get down there and take some time off the clock and score, or not take some time off the clock and score. The main thing is you got to score.
That's right.
But this is what you play. You play this whole game for this. You got the opportunity here. You got the chance to have the game decided by your offense.
TJ Kiley has managed the game very well tonight. He's 4 for 7. 77 yards with the long pass of 54, completion percentage of 57.
And he's got to remain efficient here, Carlos, to drive this ball down the field.
Kiley steps up, fires down the middle. Oh, Andrew Dennison almost split a couple of clockers and took it the yard right there.
What a great play offensively and defensively. First of all, you got the little protection there for TJ, and then he made the nice throw, and Dennison was right there and did a nice job getting downfield. And then the 2 Ashland players played a great defensive. That is a good piece of football right there by both sides.
It was an excellent clocker defense that took that one away. That was almost 6 from 80 yards.
And once again, you get that ball downfield with a long pass. You get that defense thinking a little bit.
Does it loosen up the defense?
Yep.
The free safeties?
You can see it now. Now they have double safeties up top here.
2nd down and 10 for Holliston. They go to Harding. No gain. Bring up 3rd down and 10. This is an important 3rd down for the offense.
Well, they're all going to be important from here on in as the clock turns down. There'll be under 6 minutes left in the 3rd. And, I thought Holliston was going to call timeout. I guess not.
And they do take a timeout with 5:46 to go in the 4th quarter. We'll be right back. All right, Panthers are talking it over with Coach Kiley for this 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, well, what this is, Tom, is really for Holliston a 3rd and 7. Because if they can get at least 7 yards on this, they'll go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, they're still looking for their first 3rd down conversion of the night. They're 0 for 7.
Kiley, short drop, fires, wide open, number 14, Lima, with the catch.
Well, that's the connection.
Moves those chains.
That's the connection. What did they catch? 11 or 12 balls last week against Braintree, those two going back and pitch?
10 catches.
So they know how to pitch and catch down there. Of course, you do 2 things here. You pick up the 1st down and, you pick up a chance to take some more time off the clock, too. There's 5:15 left right about now.
So 1st and 10 at the 37. Kiley to Harding. Tough yards in the middle of that Clocker defense.
Well, tough yards, you're absolutely right, Tom, but very, very important yards, because if that Holliston offensive line can give TJ a chance to have some second and shorter or 3rd and shorter, it's going to take a lot of pressure off the quarterback.
2nd and 7 for Holliston. TJ fires into the flat, intended for Brady Sweeney.
That stops the clock momentarily here for 4:23 left to go in regulation.
It'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Panthers.
I love this. This is awesome. This is really great. This is great.
Kiley fires again for Lima, and another Panther 1st down.
Well, I'll tell you, it's pitch and catch with those two in the last couple of weeks here. So
Holliston's into Clocker territory at the 46.
Yeah, and now what's happening is you're getting field position and you're whittling that clock down a little bit. There's now 4 minutes exactly. The clock's still running.
2 3rd down conversions in a row, Carlos.
Yeah, take that, Carlos.
They were due.
Kiley hands it off on
great
the
run. Great
Gentile play. On the end around.
Was that Gentile, yeah. That's a right idea right there. There's another one of those playmakers. You want to get the ball into their hands.
Little John in for Alachi. So 2nd down and 6.
Clock running now. It's 3:05 left to go in the regulation. I think they're going to call a timeout here, Tom.
Yep. And Holliston does with 2:56 left to go in this one. We'll be right back. So second down and 7, 2:56 to go. Panthers with the ball. Kiley on the try to get the tight end.
Loss of a couple.
McCarron gets back to the line of scrimmage.
McCarron with the reception. Loss about 2.
So third down and 9.
3rd and 9.
Well, this is a, ordinarily I'd say, well, if you could pick up 3 or 4 yards there, you have a chance for a fourth down play. And I don't know, we'll wait and see what happens here, but he may have to punt it just to get the field position out of there.
Kiley, quick drop. Fires on his left. Brady's got a step. And he was battling.
Yep, the flag. He got flagged.
Brady
Once
Sweeney was battling again with number 22, Jake Risma.
Well, just the way I know that he's the playmaker, the Ashland knows he's a playmaker. They had to stop him. Otherwise, he might have been able to make that catch anyway. So this will give Holliston a first down.
Did you see Sweeney? It might have been a double move on his.
They just picked that flag up. Wow.
Ouch. Kiley can't believe it, Coach Kiley.
I don't know.
Fourth down and 9.
The only thing I didn't see them say it was uncatchable, because I think if Sweeney didn't get pulled back a little, I think he would have been able to catch that ball.
Boy, usually takes a lot more than that.
So this is interesting, but Coach Kiley is going to go for it on fourth down. 2:07 left to go in regulation.
Kiley, short drop, fires, same play, wide open. Oh! Brady Sweeney can't believe it. So close to connecting there.
That is really tough when you go to stretch and you kind of stumble a little bit. It's very, very tough. That's a very tough play. I mean, I think both of them, did the best they could on that play. I don't think you can really blame either one of them on that. But now with 2:01 left to go, Ashland has a short field. And remember, Ashland has a really good kicker. That may come into play. But right here, if you're Holliston, you got to do whatever you can to stop Ashland.
So 1st and 10 for the Clockers. They line up in war. Pitch to
got him.
Molesky.
They got him
caught him
from
behind.
Oh.
Joe Gentile. So just a gain of a half yard.
Watch out here, because I don't trust it. I don't think they're going to go all the
Second
time.
down and 9. The turnaround by Herder. He pushes out across midfield. They got a pretty good gain on that one. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
Clock running, 1:27, 1:26.
And we got a timeout on the field. Timeout Ashland. No? Oh, okay. Got an injury timeout with 1:23 to go. It's going to be 3rd down. 3rd down and 5. The ball's right at midfield.
Well,
I mean, is it too cliche to say the game is closer than the score indicates?
Well, it couldn't be. I still don't trust this. I still think they're going to line up in this situation again. I think at some point they're going to throw off of this situation.
All right, here's 3rd down. Now, big pile up in Holliston.
Wow.
No gain, so that's fourth down and 5.
I can't believe you play for a tie. You play for overtime. I Can't
And we
believe
got a
it.
timeout on the field, and Holliston's going to take it with 1:07 left in the game. We'll be right back. All right, 4th down and 5, and Ashland lines up in punt formation.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful here.
And Ashland's punt. Going to come down at the 25. Takes a clocker a roll all the way back to the 15-yard line. So Holliston will have 1 minute and 7 seconds to work with.
Well, Coach McKay, kind of from Ashland, who, by the way, is an incredible coach. I was really surprised he didn't go for it there.
Right. Well, tell me, Jay, how worried are you about Sweeney and Risma?
Yeah.
That matchup.
Yeah.
Can you go one-on-one?
You got 3 shots down here
Why
with that.
not?
Yeah. Well, what they may do...
Do you play back and something like that?
Well, they probably play back a little bit. What they may do in that situation where he's been beat so much is they may bring the safety over a little bit. If they do that, you got Lima on the other side, and then the other guy I would really watch out for in this situation as they open up the field is McCarron. You know, we haven't heard anything from the tight end tonight, but he may have a shot at getting some yardage here.
So they're resetting the clock to 1:13 left on the clock. So 1:01. Holliston will have the ball on their own 16-yard line. Set up for this dramatic finish for the game. Looks like an empty backfield for Kiley. He's got 3 receivers to his left and 2 to his right. Rolls left. Fires complete to Brady Sweeney. That's a first down, which stops the clock as they move the chains. Holliston's quickly to the line.
I love Kiley going. I love Kiley rolling. He's so much better when he rolls out.
Rolls again.
Oh,
Steps
smart.
out of bounds.
Very, very wise job by the young quarterback.
They had 3 clockers on Brady Sweeney.
And that's what I told you would happen, and that's why I really think you can get the ball to McCarron down in the middle of that field, and you can get some yardage.
I don't even think we ever saw Elkinson triple team.
And if anyone should have been.
That's right. So 2nd down and 9, 41 seconds to go in regulation. Kiley, short drop, fires, intercepted. So that route was undercut. And so Ashland's going to have another try at it as Gigliotti with the pick with 33 seconds to go. The ball will be on the 20-yard line.
Well, Holliston played the sideline game there, to get the ball on the sideline and get it out of bounds, and Ashland kind of read it. That was a really nice interception by the Ashland player. I'm not so sure you'll see that same formation you saw before from Ashland, unless they're just going to play the clock and try and kick a field goal. But I would think they'd go for it here, short field.
Ashland lines up in their spread formation. Herder under center. Handoff to Molesky.
Molesky inside. Short game.
And we're going to have a timeout. Ashland with 27 seconds left in regulation. We'll be right back. So 2nd down and 6 from the 16. 27 seconds left in regulation. The Red Sea calling for defense. Herder under center. Handoff to Molesky.
Short game.
And the refs are really letting that clock just go. And it's still going.
Well, yeah, Ashland will call a timeout with about 3 seconds left, and they'll try a kick. I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to do right here.
3 seconds to go. 2, 1. Timeout, Ashland.
Ashland takes the timeout with 1 second left.
Well, we've seen their kicker,
Well-
Tom. He's really good. You know, we've seen him make 2 extra points that have been very well kicked. And we've seen a lot of, I saw him in the pregame, he was hitting them from out there. So this is definitely within his range.
Well, 31 yards is nothing to sniff at. An
Now-
extra point is only, 17?
The other thing you got here, if you're Holliston, you block this kick, you can run it back. So,
It ain't over till it's over.
nope.
The last kick it was Ashland Medway we saw, who lined up for a game-winning
Yeah, it got blocked.
field goal, and it got blocked. Here's Ashland to line up for the kick. It's
No.
up and no good. So the game-winning field goal does not end up happening, and we are tied 14-14, and we'll head into overtime.
You know, I'll tell you, Tom, honestly, I feel so bad for that young man because really, here's your shot. You're one big shot at it, and they play the game for it to come down. And the poor kid, he's been kicking the ball like crazy.
I know, but you practice that extra point time after time, the same distance and everything,
Yep.
and this one's for the game.
That's what I'm telling you. And that's the
nerves
other
get
thing,
in
too.
there.
It makes a big difference. And if he just kicked it the way he kicked his extra points, he would have made it.
And then there's actually also 3 moving parts. You got to have an excellent snap. You got to have an excellent hold and an excellent kick. You know, that's what makes the Nick Cotting extra point against Medway even
To
more
win
significant.
the
That only
game,
had
yeah.
23 seconds left in that game for the win. So now each team will get the ball from their own 10-yard line, and we'll trade back and forth until one team has a touchdown and the other team doesn't,
Yeah. Well,
or a field goal. So do they get a break before the overtime? What are the stats so far there, Carlos? Who do you go to in these situations?
Well, Tom, the leading playmakers tonight for the Panthers have been Cooper Olsen. He's got 76 yards rushing and a touchdown. Leading receiver is Brady Sweeney. He's got 71 yards on 3 catches, including a touchdown. So probably one of those 2 guys.
So here the captains go out for a coin toss to determine who goes first and what end they will go to. You're speechless, Jay. I can't believe this. This is our second overtime together. We were reminiscing about when the other one was, and that was down at Play-High Field in Westwood.
I'll never forget that night. That was an incredible ball game.
And those teams went back and forth, and I think scored 3 touchdowns each way until Westwood was victorious. And Holliston did get redemption against the Westwood, because Westwood was the number 1 seed in the playoffs, and then in the Division 4 South final, Holliston came across with the win.
That's right. And then what happened?
They went on to win the Super Bowl.
That's right. So, good things can happen, even if you lose in overtime.
Well, nothing's good's going to come from this one. Holliston better pull it out. I think Ashland's got some matchup problems on Sweeney, regardless of the interception. There's matchup problems with Sweeney and Lima on the outside.
They're not gonna let Sweeney be defended by one ball player, and the other thing is, if they're looking to do that and they keep pulling the safeties over, another thing you want to look at is the opportunity for Harding to run. A couple times he's had few decent runs, and when he has, it's been when that defense has been spread out to try and defend the pass.
So Holliston's going to defend. Is that what you saw? So Holliston on the defense first. Now, if they stop Ashland from scoring, they will then go on the offense, and if they score, the game's over.
Right.
If Ashland scores, Holliston gets a chance from the 10-yard line, and if they score,
they switch around.
Then
Ashland goes, I believe.
Then they go again.
I'm sorry. Then Holliston would go. I think they.
I don't know if they switch.
I think they switch.
I don't think they switch. I think they just go back and forth.